Hi guys, welcome to Kids Bible Vids. I'm Heaven.
And I'm Jonno, and we're so glad you've joined us for another episode.
Yes, thank you for watching, and we appreciate you tuning in.
We hope you've enjoyed the story so far.
Yeah, and hopefully you've been able to use your story sheets and have done some really cool coloring.
You know, you can make a book out of these story sheets if you collected them all.
Well, today we are looking at Jesus' resurrection. This is a time when Jesus rose back to life. It's one of the most important stories in the whole Bible.
Yeah, this is the event that changed the whole world. It changed the way people lived. It changed history.
Yeah, and it even changes people's lives today. It means so much to people.
Well, let's get into it, shall we?
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's go.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's
we're going to
go.
do it. We're doing it. Jesus died on the cross on a Friday afternoon.
A rich man named Joseph from Arimathea got permission to take Jesus' body. He wrapped it in linen and buried it in his family's grave.
But in those days, graves were like a little cave cut into the rock.
Soldiers rolled a bit of stone across the entrance to the tomb, and they stood outside to guard it.
The next day was Saturday, and nothing happened. But very early on Sunday morning, some women who were followers of Jesus went to visit the tomb.
There was Mary Magdalene, and Salome, and they brought spices so they could anoint Jesus' body.
But when they got to the place where Jesus was buried, they saw that the tomb was open. The stone had been rolled away. They looked inside and it was empty. The body was gone.
Yeah, and all that was left were linen sheets he had been wrapped in.
Suddenly, an angel appeared to them. "Why do you look for the living among the dead?" he said. "He's not here. He's risen back to life."
The women were amazed. What could this mean? They ran to tell the others what they had seen.
A little while later, Mary Magdalene was back at the tomb.
Yeah, she was crying and praying. She was wondering where Jesus was.
A man asked her, "Woman, why are you crying?"
Mary thought he was the gardener. She said, "Sir, have you put him somewhere? Tell me, where will I get him?"
"Mary," said the man. And suddenly she recognized him. It was Jesus.
"Rabbi," she shouted, and she ran to him. He was alive. Her heart exploded with happiness. Jesus was alive. How could she ever be sad again?
Later that day, the rest of the disciples were in a locked room. Suddenly, Jesus appeared to them. He said, "Peace be with you." And to prove that he wasn't a ghost, he asked if they had anything to eat. Can you imagine?
Wow.
I like that Jesus has the power to raise up from the dead.
Jesus was powerful enough to come out of the grave and come alive again.
I like that Jesus was strong enough to move the rock on the tomb because no one can actually move this massive rock.
Something the story tells me about Jesus is how powerful he is and how he can perform miracles and like rising from the dead.
It tells us that Jesus can defeat death.
That even though he died, he can still show up in human form.
He is alive, he's the ruler of the world, and that he will come back for us no matter what.
Well, it shows us not to doubt him and that he can do anything.
Yeah, he can do anything for us and that we have power over death because Jesus had power over death because we believe in him.
Knowing that Jesus is always there and he's always going to help you no matter where you are, what you're doing.
Thanks, guys. That was great. And for me, the story says two things.
Yeah?
Yes. It shows us that Jesus is king because he conquered death, and that is epic.
Yeah, normal people don't do that.
No, they don't.
It shows that Jesus really is Lord of all.
Yep, right? Jesus is the best. Nothing can hold him down. But second, it shows us that Jesus is alive. And that means that he is alive today. We don't just have to read about Jesus, we can know him. We can ask the living Jesus to come into our lives today, and we can know him the way the disciples knew him.
Wow. Hallelujah. Well, what about you guys? What do you think about this story?
What do you like about the story?
What does the story tell you about Jesus?
And how can the story help you in life?
All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
See you guys.